If you noticed the other day in Phoenix when Trump was holding a rally, there was a gentleman behind him with an interesting sign. It said "Blacks for Trump," and he is African American, and he's got more things on his shirt, which I'm going to explain to you in a second. And so everybody was wondering, who is that black guy who's for Trump? Now, a lot of folks in the African American community voted against Donald Trump, resoundingly so, overwhelming majority. And some folks think you might be crazy if you're going to vote for Trump or support Trump if you're black in America. Well, let's find out if he is. So who is this guy? This is a fun story. His name is Maurice Simonet, or is it? It's also Maurice Woodside. It's also Michael the Black Man. Okay, now when you need an alias, that's your first red flag. There's some chance that this is not going to go well, okay? So, as you guys saw there, he held the Blacks for Trump sign. In fact, we have it on video, how enthusiastic he is for Donald Trump. After we come back from the video, I'm gonna tell you who Maurice Simonet / Woodside / the Black Man is, what his websites say, and what he's done in the past. Buckle up. First, let's see his enthusiastic support for the president.
Which is absolutely necessary. I'll make a prediction. I think he's going to be just fine, okay? Don't mention any names. So I won't. I won't. This is me speaking. We condemn in the strongest possible terms this egregious display of hatred, bigotry, and violence. That's me speaking on Saturday, right after the event. Why did it take a day? He must be a racist. It took a day. Very presidential, isn't it? Very presidential. But I won't do it tonight because I don't want to cause any controversy. Is that okay? All right?
Oh, stop it, stop it. Okay, so as you can partly see there, his shirt said Trumps and Republicans are not racist. Okay, all right, it's very clear. And then he had a couple of websites you might not have seen. It says blacksfortrump2020.com, okay? And then he had another one that said gods2.com. Uh-oh, I wonder what that is. Well, actually, when you go to it, they all lead to honestfact.com, which I got news for you, is not honest or facts. So we're gonna get to what it says there. But first, I want you to understand, this guy is not some random schmo who happened to show up, behind the president. No, he goes and takes pictures with Republicans all the time. They're happy to take it. They're like, look, it's a black guy. Sure, the media says blacks are not for us. We've got Michael the Black Guy, or whatever his name is, Maurice, with us. See, here he is with Marco Rubio, and then Ted Cruz, and then here we go one more time, and Coulter. So he's with all these notable Republicans. Did any of them go to his website? Like they're so proud that they have one black supporter. Did anybody check out, should I take a picture with this guy? Is this guy okay? Well, if you go to his website, you find out one claims to link one of his theories on the site, Hillary Clinton with the Islamic State and the criminal gang MS-13. What? But look, Republicans these days are so crazy, they might actually believe that. I don't know, but this guy's a lunatic. I mean, of course, Islamic State, MS-13. What does she have anything to do with MS-13? All right, but we're not done yet. Cherokees are the real, he claims, are the real KKK Racist Slave Masters, not White Gentiles, who are Black Peoples Republican Emancipators. So, okay, I'm not surprised by the Republican talking point of, oh, Republicans say that they're my emancipator. Oh, Republicans, oh, I love you, I love you. But the Cherokees, what? One of his theories is that the Native Americans are the ones who actually slaved African Americans. All right, it gets weirder. Simonet has uploaded a number of long-winded videos on YouTube, often as Michael the Black Man, There he discusses his theories on race wars involving Democrats, Gentiles, Canaanites, and the Cherokee. Oh, thank God, the Canaanites. I thought he was gonna leave them out. Hello, obviously Hillary working with the Canaanites, driving Cherokees. Do I have to say anything more? Oh, the Republicans are so proud they found one black guy. They're like, oh yeah, of course. Who cares what he says? Oh yes, one black guy's on our side, yes. So do you have to be crazy to be black and support Donald Trump? Yeah, I mean, this guy is. We're not even anywhere near the craziest parts yet, which is his past. All right, one more conspiracy theory. In 2008, Simonet reportedly claimed that then Senator Obama had tried to have him assassinated. Yes, because President Obama was like, whoa, that one dude who believes in insane stuff about the Cherokee and the Canaanites, I really need to get rid of him. Which is weird because President Obama did not have him assassinated, nor did he set up FEMA camps or work with MS-13 or put us in Hobbit homes. It's almost as if they're crazy. Okay, well, Maurice wants to defend himself. So he says, I don't smoke, I don't drink, I don't support any kind of activity that goes against what God asks us to do. Well, that sounds pretty wholesome. He says, you can check my record. I've never been convicted of anything. Wait, what do you mean you haven't been convicted of anything? That's the kind of thing somebody says if they were charged with things and happen to not get convicted. Nobody's ever asked me a question. I was like, I've never been convicted of anything. So let's find out what his situation is. His rap sheet lists arrests for racketeering, firebombing, conspiracy and 14 murders, and grand theft auto, the New Times reported in 2011. Hey, Marco Rubio, Ted Cruz, Donald Trump, your one black friend. Firebombing, grand theft auto, 14 murders, not convicted. In the early 1990s, Simonet, who then went by the name of Maurice Woodside, was arrested along with other members of an African-American cult called the Temple of Love. The New Times reported its leader, Yahweh Ben Yahweh, sounds like a fun guy, formerly known as Hulan Mitchell Jr., was later sentenced to 20 years in federal prison for conspiring to commit murder. Simonet was acquitted. Well, so to be fair, I've now said 3 different times that he was not convicted. He apparently was part of the cult, but they thought that the cult leader mainly did it, and he didn't have enough culpability beyond a reasonable doubt. Okay, good for him. But so Simonet, how did he convince you, this Yahweh Ben Yahweh, to join a cult and which wind up actually committing these murders? Whether Simonet did it or not, the cult did do it, and the guy got convicted for it. So, I mean, did he have a compelling case? He said, he got me by just walking up and saying, all white people are the devil. This sophisticated thinker is the guy who now, by the way, it's not just Trump and Rubio and the other guys. All over the internet, right-wingers going, you see, they said we didn't have blacks on our side. The guy who thinks we're the white devil, or used to think that, and now has joined a different cult called the Trump cult. No, it's on our side. I rest our case. Black people love Trump. Well, this particular insane dude does. Just buyer beware, that's all I'm saying. TYT membership gets you commercial-free Young Turks. Download it, stream it, podcast it, get all the network shows, and support independent media. TYTnetwork.com/join.